Our next story, also about Texas. Immigrants advocates urge Democrats to act quickly after Texas judge ruling halts DACA. Now, DACA is the Dreamers Act, for those that don't know, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Immigrants and advocates are urging Democrats and President Joe Biden to quickly act on legislation to protect young immigrants after a federal judge in Texas, July 19th, ruled illegal an Obama-era program that prevents the deportation of thousands of U.S. immigrants brought into the U.S. as children. Plaintiffs have vowed to appeal the decision by U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon, who declared the Deferred Action of Childhood Arrivals program illegal, barring the government from approving any new applications but leaving the program intact for existing recipients. So, Texas is trying to say that the DACA program is illegal. DACA, for those that don't know, the Dreamers Act is to guarantee protections of citizenship for people that were brought into this country as children or that were born, that where, their families came in here illegally, but they've been here since they were kids, so they're automatically granted citizenship. He's claiming that's illegal. Now, Biden, it says right here, Biden pledges a appeal of deeply disappointing DACA ruling. President Joe Biden said Saturday that the Justice Department intends to appeal a federal judge's ruling deeming illegal an Obama-era program, which is the one we just spoke about in Texas. He said in a statement that Friday's decision was deeply disappointing, and although the judge's order did not affect those already covered by DACA, it regulates hundreds of thousands of young immigrants to its uncertain future. See, the program has allowed thousands of young people who were brought illegally into the United States as children or overstayed visas to live, work, and remain in the country. Many of the recipients, commonly known as Dreamers, have now been in the U.S. for a decade or longer. But Texas and 8 other states sued to halt DACA, arguing President Barack Obama lacked the power to create the program because it circumvented Congress. In a statement, Biden urged Congress to move forward with legislation to permanently protect those covered by the program. Only Congress can ensure the permanent solution by granting a path to citizenship for Dreamers that will provide the certainty and stability that these young peoples need. Now, this is interesting. Biden is always calling on somebody else. This is why it upsets me. He's always looking to pass the buck. He's always looking to find somebody else. So, with immigration reform, which DACA is part of immigration reform, he's passing it off to the parliamentarian for his budget bill. And in this, he's urging Congress, why don't you do something? I feel like when the Republican presidents are in power, and especially when Republicans own the Congress, Senate, and the House, the Congress, and the executive branch, they completely dominate. They run roughshod. They change the rules if they have to. They do whatever they have to do to get what they want implemented. And Democrats don't ever do the same because it's either they're weak or they don't want real change. And I believe it's both, a little bit of both, but it's a little bit more that they just don't want real change. They don't want legitimate change. If they did, it would happen. Deeply disappointed. Then change it. So do what you can. Go in there with I don't know exactly what you can, and I won't claim to know everything that you can do and what you can't do with executive order. But go in there with your executive order pen and start making changes. But he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to. That's why he always has the scapegoat. I tried to do this. So later at the end of his presidency, he could say, I tried to do this, but the parliamentarian got in my way, but the Senate got in my way, but the Congress got in my way. And I, for one, am sick of Biden's weakness. And I'm just disgusted by Texas and other states to not support the Dreamers Act. It's ridiculous.